Hey guys, welcome to my channel, the Business and Consumer Network. This is a channel where we speak about various topics relating to business and the consumer. I do want to apologize. I've been gone for a few weeks. I haven't posted. I had some illness in my family, everybody as well, so I need to get back. I'm trying to post at least once a week. Hopefully, we can move up to 2 times a week. And I do want to remind you guys to please hit the like button and to turn on the notification and subscribe. I do need subscribers in order for me to continue to do this. So, and make sure you share the video as well. So this episode, the title of this episode is 10 things that you can do to make an extra $2,500 a month. Now, I am going to break this down in 2 parts. I don't want to bore you guys with a lot of information, so I'll do 5 parts today, and then on the next video, I'll do the next 5 parts, okay? So one of the things that I do, and I won't tell you anything that I haven't tried before myself, or at least people that I know closely, I haven't tried. But these are things that I have tried myself. So the first thing that I do, and I just did this yesterday and a couple other times this week. This is Saturday, and I've already made a few extra $100. So this is something that you can do that really works. The first thing is flipping items. Now, flipping items is, it's easy to do. It doesn't cost you really anything to get started. How I got started is I started in my house. I went around in my house. I looked for items that I may not be using, or items that maybe I've had, like 2 lamps. How I got started, I had 2 lamps that people always complimented me on. They were very unusual. And when I decided to start flipping items, when I needed the money, it was during the first economy crash back in 2008. And I had these lamps that people always complimented me on. And I ended up calling someone and saying, hey, you know those lamps that I had that you wanted to buy and that you always liked, do you want to buy them? And they did. I made a quick like $150 off the 2 lamps, and I just replaced them with some other lamps that didn't cost as much. So flipping items is really good. Now, you may say, well, how do I do this? Well, how do I get started? What if I don't have anything in my house to flip, to sell? Well, you can go to family members. The next thing that I did, I would go to family members and friends. A lot of times they want to get rid of items, and, they'll just give it to you. I have one friend that he cleans people garages out and help them organize and all. And a lot of times they say, well, you know what, you can have this, or you can take anything, you want, you can keep, and he take that and flip it. And someone had an old camera. This was a couple of months ago that he was cleaning out their garage, and they said, oh, yeah, you can take that. He actually sold that the next day, and I think it was like only 2 days, and he sold it to someone that collected cameras, old cameras. He made $300 off of that, just that one camera. So this is a really easy thing to get started, because like I said, you start with things in your house, and then things in family and friends' house. And then after you do that, then that is when you really have to start hunting. You go to thrift stores, you go to garage sales, flea markets, all of that. And you can always find something to flip. And you can make a good amount of money doing that every week. If you did this every week, I guarantee you can make extra $300-400 doing something like this, flipping items. Now, the next thing that you can do that I've done myself is dividends. Now, you may say with this, oh, but that takes money or this and that, but you have a lot of funds and things that you can invest in that don't cost a lot of money to get started with. And just do some research, search around, and just do that. Just invest in dividend producing funds. I do have a few that I do. I don't invest a lot of money in that, but I do make some money off of it on a monthly basis. Now, I have tried Stash. I was reading up on Stash, that app, and that is really good for people, in my opinion, people that not really familiar with it. You can allocate how much money you want to be taken out on a weekly or biweekly or monthly basis. And then you answer a few questions, and you can invest yourself, or they'll choose certain funds for you. I was curious about it, so I did open up one of those accounts, and I'm actually getting dividends from that. Not a lot because I didn't invest a lot in it, but it is something that's coming in, on a monthly basis as they as they invest and all, and you can always reorganize it and all, and change the timing as far as how money is deducted from your account and things like that. Now, one thing that I've tried also, the third thing on the list is selling vintage items or vintage clothing. A lot of people is into retro, back in the 60s and 70s and things like that. And I did this for a short while. I'm not doing this now, but I did do that. I would go around to different thrift stores and all and collect like the old T-shirts, like vintage T-shirts that had different slogans on them that were popular in the 60s and 70s. I find like a lot of slogans from commercials. Back then commercials were really catchy, but catchy things. I can't believe I ate the whole thing, and where's the beef? All this stuff. So I was collecting these T-shirts and buying up the T-shirts and then reselling them. And I did okay with that at that time. I don't do it now because it does take time where you have to drive to different maybe thrift stores and things like that to try to find the items. And so if you don't mind doing the drive and putting in the time, and if you don't mind thrift stores, then that's something that you can do. I'm not really big on visiting the thrift stores and all, so I have allergies, so sometimes I would have an issue with some of the older items. I'm going in there with my allergies, but that is a way, something that you can do to make the money. Some extra money selling the vintage items. I find that the T-shirts are really good. One of the good things to sell. People always like T-shirts, especially depending on where you're living. If you're living in a warm climate and all, you find that people are a lot more casual, and T-shirts is something that they always throw on. You'll find also something is like the vintage jeans. Jeans do really well as well. People always can use jeans, and the older styles and all people tend to gravitate towards. So those tend to do pretty well as well when you're getting into vintage items. Even caps, the vintage caps you can find like for different cars and truckers and things like that. The baseball caps and things do really well as well for vintage items with the different logos and things like that on there. So I do find that that's a pretty good thing as well. Now, the fourth thing on the group on my list is to participate in different like focal groups. You have these things that companies that do surveys and things like that. You have companies that actually hire companies to go out and get consumers to test items, to try different products, and they sit around and they discuss, and they actually will pay you for this. You go to online and you can Google some, read the reviews and see which ones are in your area that you can join and all. I did one dealing with some allergy medicine and things like that, and I tried and all that, and I got paid for that. I have a friend that does one for different fast food companies, and once a month he does go try fast food, and they actually get the lunch and eat it, and he does that. There was one friend I have that he tested one of these little cleaning machines, robot cleaning machines that go around, and he tested it and tried it out for a month. He'd actually got to keep the product, keep this little robot cleaning, floor cleaning machine. So there's different groups that deal with surveys. I have my niece that does one with a medical company and all for a particular illness that she has, and she does a medical company, a group with that. It's a ton of them out there. I have a friend that's a social worker, and she does a focal group and surveys for social workers, and also there's a lot of them out there that you just have to look around and find. All of them are not good. Some of them you'll find that won't be as good as others, and some of them are completely legitimate. You just have to look around and read and find the ones that are legitimate, that you like, okay? And then the fifth thing is that a lot of people are doing this now, being that rental prices have gone up so much. I know so many people that have been priced out of their apartments and all, and that's looking for a place. You can, if you have a spare room, you can rent out a room. I'm actually doing this right now for a family member. They actually got priced out. They were paying about $800, $900 a month. And when it came time to them to renew their lease, the landlord went up to, it was between $1,500 or $1,800. It completely priced them out. So now they're looking for another place. And they asked me, could they stay? Now I have a spare room, but that room I actually have set up for my office. So I said, well, you can't do that, but you can stay on the couch if you don't mind staying on the couch. So she's staying on the couch and she's actually paying me for that. And so I'm making extra money doing that. So if you don't mind, having someone else in your home, I'm not really big on a stranger, doing this for a stranger, but a family member, friend, because this is affecting a lot of people right now with this. So I'm making extra money doing that. These 5 things that I gave you can easily make an extra $2,500 a month, an extra easily. Can do that. So give these a try and let me know how they work for you. If you have any other questions on some of them, need a little bit more detail, just hit me up in the comment section, okay? And I hope this worked for you. Now, this is part 1 of this episode. So I'm going to do a part 2 in a few more days, okay? So just look out for that. And I hope this helped you guys out, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.